Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly astrology and pick a card reading. This is for the 28th of March through to the 3rd of April 2022. So this week there's actually a new moon in Aries. There is a lot of fire energy in the sky this week, so the energy is very intense. New moon in Aries will happen at 11 degrees of Aries on the 1st of April. So this new moon also makes a conjunction to Chiron, which is the wounded healer. It's a very sensitive energy, so this is going to be very sensitive for anyone that has strong Aries in their chart, in particular at around the 11 degree mark. So it could affect you if you have anything between 8 to say 14 degrees of Aries anywhere in your chart. Also, it'll affect the other cardinal signs also in that range, 8 to 14 degrees of Cancer, Libra or Capricorn. Okay, so with these energies it is very sensitive in one way. Emotionally, energetically, we may feel easily triggered. Aries is a very reactive energy, so we do need to watch our emotions if we're feeling sensitive around the 1st of April leading up to the new moon. It's not a full moon, so the energy won't be as emotionally reactive as a full moon, but it can still be sensitive for some people. Ego clashes could come up, ego issues. This is in more, the difficult energy, especially because from today we have from Monday we have Mercury going to Aries as well. So Mercury will be in Aries. It's very reactive energy, so you might have to count to 10 if you have some issues come up with other people. We can run into a lot of impatience, anger issues, reactivity, saying things before thinking or verbally reacting before thinking. Things like that can happen. But the new moon is on a positive note about new beginnings. It is about new starts, fresh energy, and where that new moon is in your chart in terms of the house that it's in is going to show you in your personal chart where this new beginning energy will be happening for you. So with the new moon in Aries, it's quite good in the sense that it will help you to take action around anything that you want to start that's new, so that's a good thing. Also this week we have, as I said, Mercury going to Aries, which makes our speech and communication more direct, more straightforward, can be more reactive, can be more impatient, can be more easily irritated and wanting to verbally vent. But it is a good energy to kind of check yourself with, because we can get a bit carried away with all this fire energy that's going on. We are in Aries season, obviously, with the new moon. That means that the sun and the moon are together in Aries. Mercury is in Aries, and then also coming up towards the end of this week we will have on Friday the sun, Mercury and the moon and Chiron all in Aries. So I feel this is a very sensitive energy. I feel like Aries is the energy of war and fighting and aggression, so we do have to watch out for that. So it's not a time to overstep boundaries with others or stomp on other people's sensitivities or be unaware in that sense. It's not a time to just lash out at other people, because it can definitely come back on you with this energy. But if you're mindful, as I said, the positive of this energy is taking action, initiating new things in your life, new creative ventures, new beginnings, fresh energy. So it can be a time to think about new directions that you want to open up in your life, and initiating new things or working on kind of planting the seeds of new beginnings for your life. Also this week, and it's more exact next week, but we do have coming towards the weekend both the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, but not exact till next week, and also the Mars-Saturn conjunction, also not exact till next week. But if you personally have anything in your chart around 19 to 22 degrees of Aquarius this week, especially towards the end of this week and early next week, could be a bit difficult with these energies, because Mars-Saturn conjunction can be a frustration energy. It can be issues with authority. As I said, it's not exact till next week, but we definitely can be feeling it this weekend. Those people that will feel it most are the Aquarians born around the middle part of Aquarius-ish towards the late, or if you have anything around, as I said, 20 to 22 degrees of Aquarius in your chart, or close to those degrees, you could feel this as a block on you, or a frustration, or some aggressive energy, or dealing with some problematic issues with bosses, parents, or authority figures. And And next week we have Venus going into Pisces, which is good because Venus is exalted in Pisces, and that's next week though. All right, guys, so I'm actually going to look at the cards now. So I'm going to do the fire signs first. I just wanted to run through the astrology pretty quickly. So, oh, I dropped one of my dice. Hang on a second. All right, I got it. Okay, so this is the tarot deck I'm using. This is one of my older Rider-Waite decks, and I've got the Wisdom Oracle, which is this one here. And I haven't used this one for a little bit, the Intuitive Soul Oracle. Okay, so fire signs. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Ooh, jumping card. Ooh, the Ace of Swords, clarity. Let's do another card. And the Four of Cups, which is not so much clarity. So, you know what I'm feeling with this. Usually, you know, the Ace of sorry, I got to get the camera right there. The Ace of Swords is usually clarity, but it can also be having to make a decision, you know, about something that you're not too happy about here, something that you feel a little bit despondent about, or something that a situation that's around you and you're not quite happy with it. You know, something's maybe a drag on you at the moment, or you feel that you're not really living your purpose in some way, or you're not on a certain path that you want to be on. Let's have a look what else comes up for the fire signs. Wow, Yang energy, which is taking action. It's a 1, and we also have an ace here. So you have 2 1s, fire signs. So that's about taking action. It's about initiating change for yourself and using your fiery energy. You know, this is very fiery here. Look at that flame coming out of the hands with the candle. Or it looks like a candle there, but it's actually just a flame. There's a lot of strong energy coming forth there that can be used for something positive in your life. If you're feeling like things are not working out how you want them to be, this is the time for you to take action and initiate some kind of change. This is what this is saying very strongly here. So, you know, maybe you're already doing that in some way, and if you are, that's good, but there is something here that you're kind of hanging back on or not sure about with the Four of Cups. It's like there may be something on offer that you're not really feeling it. Interesting, we have creativity. It says movement, music, writing, following your passion. Yep, freeing your inner child. Wow, that's very appropriate. It's appropriate. It's a number 26, which is 8. So you have 1, 1, and 8, and 4. Okay, so the 2 1s, obviously, as I said, very significant, and this is about taking action as well, because when we create something, we take action to make it happen, whether it is creating a work of art or creating a path forward, you know, creating whatever it is, there's always action involved. So this week, the energy that I'm seeing here is getting the fire signs here to look at what do you need to do in terms of take action around to make a difference in your life, to get yourself out of this funk energy here. If you're in a funk, some people may not be, but if you are, 5 and the 5th house, Jupiter, it's nice. Virgo. Okay, so for some of the fire signs, some might have some romantic stuff going on with Jupiter in the 5th house. You might, you know, if you're a Scorpio rising, you'd have, say, you know, I know that's not a fire sign, but you might be a sun fire with Scorpio rising. Say you'd have Jupiter going through your 5th house by transit. Some of you may have that placement, and this is a time where there can be more romance coming into your life. You're feeling the passion, you're feeling the desire for it. But with Virgo here, you're having to be discerning. You're having to kind of filter people a little bit, or go through a process of kind of thinking about, you know, is this person really good for me? Is this romantic connection really got potential with it? Or, you know, is this actually going to be fun or hard work? You know, Virgo is about work. So you don't want to feel like the person that you're dealing with hasn't stepped up in their life or isn't at a good place, whether it's with their health or with their work situation, in a way that matches you. So there's something here with romance for some fire signs where it's like, there might be people interested in you or something going on, but you're just not quite sold on that situation. You're kind of like a bit analytical and skeptical about it. And for some of you, there is a creative project in the works, or you've got a lot of creative ideas that you can actually put to work. This can relate to writing, the arts, creativity, a creative work project, a collaboration that you're involved with others, or something that you personally want to do that is fun, Jupiter in the 5th house, but that involves work, getting it planned or writing down notes or organizing some details around. And so you might be thinking or doing a bit about that this week, if you don't fall into the category of fire signs where I was talking about the discernment in romance energy. So See, it relates here because, you know, this person's being offered a cup, and the cups are always about love and romance, but the person's not really convinced and not taking the cup. They're kind of like, I don't think this is for me, you know, and that could relate to, for some of you, with romance. For others, you may have some plans that you want to go forward on, but you don't feel quite ready. You feel like you need to think things through a little bit more, or plan things out a little bit more, save more money for something, or, you know, kind of fine-tune the details of. But that all said, this is a week for the fire signs of taking action in some other way. If it's not the thing that you're planning for in the future, say travel, romance, or something else that you're planning creatively, you could be making a decision around something else this week that is quite action oriented. You might be doing something this week that's very creative, that's fun, but also has like an element of skill with it, or you're practicing something, you know, like it could be anything artistic or creative for some, or work related. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. That's the fire signs. Moving on to the water signs. Okay, so this is going to be for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Oh gosh, we have the 10 of Swords. That's a heavy card. And the Hierophant. Oof. Very heavy energy for the water signs this week. This is an ending of something, you know, with the Hierophant. It can be an ending to do with someone in authority, an ending to do with a work situation, or even, you know, a long-term situation. Some people, it could be a marriage, you know, because it is the Hierophant, does relate to that. It is Taurus energy. There could have been an ending to do with someone that you know that has Taurus energy in your life. Let's see what else comes up. Kind of a heavy energy here though. Could be an older person as well, I feel, for some. Very heavy energy there. Go the distance. You might be struggling at the moment to feel energized. You might feel like your mind is preoccupied by this heavy energy going on here, water signs. You might be feeling just down, or you might be feeling very exhausted as well with this energy, and that there are things that you know you need to do, but you just feel like you just can't get the momentum. For some of you, if the other message didn't relate. So 7 and 4, it's 11, which is a master number, and the 11's always powerful numbers. So you might be feeling quite tested at this time, water signs. And I do feel some people feel this struggle with their energy, or there might be just one or two people I'm picking up on with that. Very tired, and it's like this, you know, desert here. It's like there's not a lot happening, or you feel like there's not enough happening, but you're kind of at the end of an old cycle. And this message is saying to you, you know, keep going, don't give up, focus, you know, focus on the goal, focus on the next day, you know, one foot in front of the other. Don't, for some of you, you don't want to focus on too far ahead in the future. You just want to focus on the next step, and that's fine. Like, take things a day at a time if you have to. Some of you may be feeling very, very tired, I'm getting with this. Let's see what else comes up for the water signs. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Summer, heat, embark, vacation. Interesting. So I know in the USA, you guys are heading out of the winter time slowly into the warmer weather. So you might be thinking ahead of, it's actually 36, which adds to a 9. 9 is about ending, you know, end of a cycle. So you might be thinking about coming out of the winter, the dreariness and heaviness of winter, or the retreat energy of winter, and coming into summertime. And, you know, it could be a message just saying to you that once the warmer weather starts to kick in, you are going to get your energy back a little bit more compared to where you're at now. You might feel like you're hibernating, or you're kind of not feeling like doing too much because it might be pretty miserable with the weather outside. But you're looking forward to the coming days of warmth. Some of you might be wanting to go to the beach, or going away on vacation somewhere where the weather is warmer, or where there's a focus on like tropical environment, like beaches or islands or something along those lines. It's quite nice, actually. There's definitely a big shift of energy for a lot of the water signs, from this heaviness to this, you know, coming out of the difficulty, keep going forward, keep pressing on, to this nice energy. Some of you are just looking for a break, you know, so to speak, or a break in the weather. 5th house again. Interesting. So you have the moon in Scorpio, which is heavy energy, which relates to this. There's some kind of ending emotionally around a lot of you. The 5th house is romance. So some water signs might be feeling like you have to let go of someone from the past, someone that you had a past life connection with, or a strong soul connection with. But this is kind of heavy to deal with for you emotionally. You maybe feel like you're giving up on an idea or an ideal, or a way of seeing something, to start to look at your life a little bit more with the sense of what's in front of you right now and what you have to deal with right now. The fifth house does come up as talking about creativity, romance, children, and doing what you can in any small way to bring in some lightness and some levity and some joy into your life. The fifth house is ruled by Leo. It is the house of joy. It is the house where we find pleasure and good things. And so you may need to, because you've got this heavy energy here with the Ten of Swords, this endings energy, this dealing with this karmic weight on you, and your emotions are quite heavy with the moon in Scorpio, which is a full position. So this week with the fifth house coming up, it's really advising you, if you're feeling this way a little bit or a lot, focus on where you can have gratitude for the small things and the small pleasures of life. And sometimes that gets us back into a state of feeling appreciative of just the small things and being okay with that, because sometimes we need to focus on that to get us through. And that's a good thing, because it helps attract more positive energy rather than feeling victimized by life, you know, which is normal in a way. Lots of us can feel that way at times. You know, some people, everyone's life is different. Some people have harder times to go through than others, obviously, and it's all on, you know, different variations of challenges in life and difficulties, but we all feel different levels of that at times, is what I'm trying to say. So it's important for us, when we are in that sort of more difficult time, and the water signs, you know, it came up for you this week, to focus on what you're grateful for rather than what is not working or what you feel negative or frustration over. Okay, so next, the earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Jumping card, High Priestess. Yes, so listen to your intuition this week, earth signs. And, oh, the Wheel of Fortune. That's a nice card. 2 major arcana cards. Wow. So really good cards to have here. So this is basically saying, trust your instinct with regards to something, whether it's a decision or something that you want to do, because there is luck around you this week. So it's like when your instinct and luck connect and align, things can work out very well for you. So earth signs, listen to that this week. This is definitely the week to trust your gut. Okay. Oh, this one wants to jump out. No. Wow. It says, no is the answer to a question that you are seeking. See how she's got her hand firmly on the door, making sure that whatever it is that's out there is not getting in. It's a 44, which is an 8. So something that maybe is a karmic cycle that has been trying to cycle back in or out of your life. It could be habits. It could be a person. It could be, you know, obviously it's going to be different for everybody. But she has her hand firmly on that door, shutting it closed. And so right now it's saying, trust in something that you've either let go of recently, that you've done the right thing, or something that you're trying to let go of right now that may not be good for you. It may be blocking your path in some way and creating unnecessary obstacles or creating frustration obstacles for you, because this is very positive here. And I feel like this is saying, don't slip up if you can help it. You know, try to engage your will here. And it will be easier to do so this week because of that new moon in Aries. You may have to say no to yourself over something. You may have to exert more discipline this week so that you can access these better energies. I feel like this one's here wanting to come out. Happy, yep. And look at this. This is so crazy. So in this picture, we have a key in the door. And then in this picture, there's the keyhole. So I think that's very interesting symbolism. And what I find also fascinating is they're both 8s. So it's like these cards are 2 ends of the, what is it? The 8, you know, the that symbol of infinity. It's like the 8, the figure 8 is what I was trying to say. Couldn't think of it. But yeah, so closing the door on something that you have closed the door on recently is actually allowing you to find more happiness. That's what I'm getting here. And it's really strong here because this happy card picks up with the beautiful Wheel of Fortune card, which is things moving in a better direction for you spiritually and materially and in other ways. But 8 is also about transformation. So you've needed to go through some kind of ending energy, some kind of new beginning, and have discipline is what I'm getting, so that you can get these new experiences coming into your life. Let's see what else shows up. 5th house again. So far, every single element has had the 5th house. That's crazy. The sun. Well, that's nice. Oh, wow. Look at this. The earth signs have got the best reading this week. This is an amazing reading, I have to say, like really strong. To have the ruler of the 5th house, which is Leo, and the planet that rules that sign is the sun. So they're all very connected, and this is very happy energy. And you have happy, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a lucky week for a lot of earth signs. A very lucky week, a very blessed week. And there could be new romance coming in for some earth signs this week, or there could be in an existing relationship more fun. It can relate to children, so positive energy, either, you know, hearing about childbirth or pregnancy, you know, in an exciting positive manner, or hearing from someone that you know regarding something positive outcome with children or a child. Positive energy if you have children or a child. Very creative, very romantic, very lucky energy. Amazing for self-expression, amazing for career matters as well, or creative matters, or something that you want to do or do for yourself that's creative. Say you're a writer and you want to write something, it's going to turn out amazing this week. If you're a painter and you want to paint, it's going to turn out amazing this week. This is very good energy. The only one card that's difficult, I would say, is this one, because it is taking discipline to shut something out of your life or to release something that is not good for you. But what it's bringing in is amazing with the happy card and this as well. And so your intuition's on point with all this. You know, if you're watching this, you would have some sense of what I'm saying. So as I said, you know, it can be letting go of something toxic from the past, a person, a relationship, a job, a habit, something that you need to change that you already know about. And it's going to create a transformation for the better for you. Very strong reading for the earth sign. That's like one of the strongest readings I feel have ever come through. Very, very positive, very exciting. So I think there's a lot of luck around the earth signs this week is what I'm seeing. Okay, and lastly, the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What's coming up for you guys? Okay, there was too many, so I'm just going to go again. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like that one, yeah, the Temperance did want to come out. Oh, the Tower, my goodness. Okay, so first of all, when I first saw that, I had a feeling to say, and then the Tower came out and it validated what I was getting. So I'm getting, make sure you stay balanced this week, air signs. This can be overindulgence. You know, it is Sagittarius, and Sagittarians love to indulge. But I am getting that with the Tower. Like, if you're someone that, you know, goes out drinking with friends, just be careful this week not to go too far with that, because it could cause some arguments, or it could, like, you know, if people get too drunk or whatever, it could actually lead to this Tower moment, which could be something that is, you know, it may seem unavoidable, but it actually is avoidable by staying balanced. Also, this is a card of patience. I love the rainbow there. Really drawn to the rainbow. Practice patience and balance this week, air signs. Big message for you. There could be some disruptive energy around with the Tower card. And aside from the message of not going too far with indulgences this week, because it could backfire on you, it can just be, you know, there might be a difficult situation around you that you're dealing with, but with patience and equanimity and staying balanced, you will be able to manage through whatever disruptive energy. This is Mars. So it's with Sagittarius and Mars together, it's a bit of a fiery energy this week. We have poised here, so it's saying, see, exactly what I said, with equanimity and balance, you'll be able to handle any kind of difficult situation. Okay, and 8 and 4, that's 12, which adds up to a 3. That's communications and change. So there could be communications coming through that are a bit rocky or cause a bit of frustration or something unexpected here with the Tower. But again, remain somewhat detached or poised, and be balanced in your reaction or response to someone or something that pops up this week. Health matters. Diet and exercise, giving the body what it needs. Interesting, because I mentioned, you know, for some it came up something to do with drinking. Make sure you're looking after your health this week. It's not a week to overindulge. It's not a week to go really hard on extreme behavior of any kind with these energies. It's more a week to be a bit more, you know, have temperance, have balance, have a sense of, see how this angel is carefully pouring the water from one cup to another. There's a sense of self-awareness and awareness of your behavior and what you're doing. And that's going to feel a lot better for your health and your well-being than going to extremes here. For some people, you may have to watch out for arguments from people that are out of balance in some way here as well. I just heard mental health, so there might be, for someone or some people out there dealing with someone that is going through some issues with their mental health as well. The 11th house, friends, see, interesting. The South Node, some karmic energy around friend or group situation. Gemini, also friends and communications. I said Before that, what did I see? The number 48, which added to 3, which is about communications, and Gemini is about communications. So is the 11th house. Something past life here is coming up this week to do with friendship, group situations, communications in friendship or group situations. Some people, it could be something that is written and put out like on the internet, and then it's, you know, some people get triggered or something like that. With the Tower coming up, there is some triggering energy this week for the air signs, so just be aware of that and stay balanced and stay self-aware with what you're communicating and your own behavior, and that's all you can do. But definitely some karmic past life energy coming up that might be something that you're healing as well with the Temperance card, because Temperance is about healing as well. Healing something within a friendship or within a communication with someone that you know. And that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My shop is actually reopened from today. It was closed for a few days. If you'd like to book a reading, you can now, and the turnaround time is still minimum 9 to 18 business days. Yeah, because I've got a lot of orders at the moment still, so I'm still working through a few orders that are that I've just been struggling to catch up with because I've just been so busy and had so much going on. But anyway, I hope everyone has a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.